the Salesforce download. But using this model context protocol, pretty interesting. Added a few yesterday and one this morning, so got a bunch more tools here available. Right now I'm just using like a file system one, the Docker one, and then a custom like Salesforce bulk one that I wrote. So let's see how this thing behaves. So first, what I want to do is I have all this typed up, so there's no use in me like typing it out here. So let me throw this first prompt in there. So read the Salesforce environment and then use the variables defined, update the current context, and then I want to make sure that I have these. So this is my username, my client ID, and my instance URL. So let's go ahead and run this, and I'm going to go ahead and get prompted. So I have to accept that. So see here, it tells you run the file read files. This is the file system MCP server that's running, and this is the method that the actual tool, that it decided to run. So let's go ahead and allow that. Let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Now I wrote another one here to update the context for all these variables here. Okay, pretty good. All right, so we got that. Now let's go ahead, and this is a little bit longer one. So this is going to be where I run my Docker container that calls that Salesforce, that Node.js script that I wrote a while ago, or actually I didn't write it, Cursor wrote it, to get the authentication token from Salesforce. So we'll go here. And I'm just telling it, instructing, there might be a container in there that already ran, it didn't clean up, so you might want to delete it. Go ahead and run it. Mount the server key, because I need that in order to do the authentication. And then when I'm done, read the output of it from the container logs and set a variable called SF access token, and then go ahead and update the context. So let's go ahead and run that. Alright, so this one lists containers, that's pretty good from Docker. Alright, so there was an existing one, so they're going to go ahead and remove the container. And now I run that. So I'm passing the environment variable, the environment, so there's the run container for Docker. Start the container. Fetch the logs. Okay, so I grab there's the token. So there's my existing context that I told it to update. So hopefully that updated the context. All right, so now that we got that, I want to go ahead and run the SQL query. And it's just using all this information that I stored in the context so far. So here we want to get the account ID, the name, amount, stage name, close date from opportunity, and then update the context with the ID, with the job ID of the response as the SF job ID, and then keep checking the status until the state is complete. All right, let's go ahead and do that. And then also if I encounter any errors, to stop immediately so it doesn't get too creative about trying to whack them all and do this thing multiple times. Okay, so there's the job ID. If we go to Salesforce, we'll probably see that, or we will see that. Okay, checking on the job status, that's complete. So go ahead and update that. All right, here's the summary of it. So I had this before. There's the query opportunity, how many rows processed, all that stuff. And now I want to go and download, do this now. This is the tool I just added. Download all the results to the user, to this directory, because inside that MCP server, this is the directory I gave it permissions to read and write files. And then if you encounter an error, stop. All right. So this will go ahead and figure out what tool to call from that tool chain. And it's right there, download query results, right there from my bulk Salesforce. Oh, I encountered an error. Let's see, what did it say here? This is something with the directory, I think. ran this before, and it finally figures it out. Let's keep it going. Oh, so there, it finally saved it, which is cool. Alrighty. Probably because I have other things in there. No, that shouldn't matter. Okay, so here is, finally did that. And now let's try this. This is kind of a new one here. So let's ask it to do something really basic. Can you read the query results file and create me a pie chart of the amount broken down by stage name? Pretty goofy request, but see what happens here. Alright, so this thing run. File not found. I think it's because I got a couple of these, but now it says it found it with the correct name. Let me try that. Now it's, let's try this again. Okay, that can read that, but for some reason the REPL tool is having trouble accessing it. Let me process. So it did read all the data, and this is all of the opportunities that it's putting. Let's let this thing run. Now it's writing a bunch of stuff. Oh, here comes my pie chart. Writing her little React. Pretty interesting. So here's all the all that data. Oh yeah, broken down by there's the stage name, close one, all that stuff. Prospecting. Okay. Oh, look at that. Wow. Isn't that crazy? So just did all this inside of Claude. Wow, pretty amazing. Nice little chart. Something I probably could never write. And just did this with a couple, writing a couple tools here that I have access to here. So I look at that, and if you're interested, look at that model context protocol, because it's pretty impressive. Imagine just writing clients here that can call these other servers that are not like UI based like Claude. This is where I think this agent stuff is really gonna potentially shine down the road. But so there you go. Bob's your uncle. Take care. Thanks.